How's it going, YouTube? So just continuing today with the troubleshooting of why the KA is stalling. If you don't know what's going on, go watch the last video where I explain what's going on and show you what we've already tested. So today we're going to be cleaning the idle air control valve, which is right here. I already took it off because it's pretty simple. Just 4 bolts, and it's right in the back of the manifold, intake manifold, like that. Down in there, there's 2 connectors, and then this line, vacuum line for the hose, right there. That was the hardest part, is just getting this hose off right here. But I kind of hacked it up a little bit. You just I stuffed a screwdriver in there, and then sprayed some WD-40, let it seep down in there, and then came off pretty easy. So yeah, we're gonna clean this guy. I'm gonna clear the table, and then disassemble all this. Hopefully not screwed up. And clean that, some carb cleaner here, and then I also want to do a boost leak test after, so I got what I need for that. Hopefully, I wanted some, anyways, I'll show you guys that when we get to it, but yeah, I'm going to clear it off this table and then we'll start checking that out. Jeez, I knew this one would come in handy eventually. I'm actually going to shut my garage because I don't want anybody to see me wearing this thing. Alright, so we got it completely disassembled. Honestly, it doesn't look that dirty to me. A little bit, but not enough where I think it would cause any problems. So I'm just going to clean it up and then put it back in. Alright, so I got it hooked back up there. There it is. Definitely a lot harder to put in than it was to take out. Hacked up my hand pretty bad. So that's done. We're going to put the boost leak test on hold because I'm pretty sure, I was just looking at my knock sensor again, and I'm pretty sure one of the wires is actually broken off. I didn't see it before, but I took a closer look and I think it's broken off. So I'm going to take it out. I think I'm just going to move this fuel line by undoing these 3 bolts here, moving that out of the way, and then I'm going to try and get my 10 mil through there with some extensions, break it loose, and then pull it out right here. So yeah, let's do that. Alright, you guys, here's the knock sensor and the harness, which was extremely freaking tight. I can't believe how tight that was. I had this whole setup 12 mil on a swivel, taped so I didn't lose them and then fall apart. And then I had to use adapters to get it all the way up to the 1/2 inch ratchet because it was so freaking tight. I thought I was going to snap the bolt. But I got it, and the knock sensor is cracked. Look at that. So I took it off because there's 2 wires here, and then there's only 1 down here that I saw. It was in this loom as well, but I already took it off. So yeah, I don't know what this is about, but it looks like it's been like that from the factory, so kind of strange. Anyways, I'm gonna have to order a new knock sensor, so I guess that's why I had that code 34, and I'll probably just order a new harness too if I can find it. And yeah, so order one of those, get that out of the way, another problem solved. Right, so for the boost leak test, I got this 2-inch cap. Just gonna go right here before the turbo, clamp it down right there, and then I'm gonna drill a hole in here for this 30 psi gauge so I can see how much pressure I'm putting in there, and then another hole for this bike tire valve, which goes rubber on each side and then squish it down, makes a seal, and I can fill it up with air from the compressor right there. And then we'll spray around with some soapy water and all the intercooler piping and blow off valve, vacuum lines, see if we got any leaks. Alright, there it is. So all I gotta do is push this and we'll start filling it up with air. Right, so I got it set up here. Get the gauge right there. This guy hooked up, so all I have to do is push this and we'll pressurize the system. I can already feel air coming out of there. Boost leak, baby. Let's see. That's 5 psi. That's like 6 psi, and that's blasting air out. Boom. That's actually really exciting to me because I bet you that's the problem. I haven't even looked at any of the other leaks. I'm going to jack it up and take the bumper off, check all of the connections, but that's probably the problem because that's metered air that's escaping when I'm at wide open throttle, making my highest boost, so the most air is escaping. Then put the clutch in, so it just dumps, runs super rich for those couple seconds, and then stalls out. It makes sense, right? So I'm gonna jack it up and check all the connections, get them fixed. Come on. Right, so I got the bumper out of the way, and I put a different clamp on this, one of those kind, and it's not leaking anymore. But I got another fatty leak. Right over here. It's not leaking right now. It's kind of weird. It doesn't leak unless there's enough pressure, I guess, but there we go. 10 psi and boom. Big leak. I think those are the only two. I kind of looked around here a little bit, but they were both pretty big. So while I was looking around at these couplings here, I noticed that my intercooler piping was rubbing where I cut my hole in the battery tray there, and it's actually rubbing pretty bad. Like if that was left for, I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's already a little bit of a gouge in there. So I took it out, marked out where I need to cut, and I'm just going to take a Dremel and basically hack away a chunk right here and get rid of that corner as well. Two more boost leaks, one right there, idle air control valve, vacuum line, or line, and then on the blow-off valve flange there. So I finished going over the system, found 4 leaks in total, the 2 big ones on the couplings there, which were the main ones, and then on the blow-off valve flange and the idle air control valve. And I fixed all those, but there's one that I can't fix that is right on their weld. I don't know if you can see all those bubbles there right now, but it's leaking from their weld on the little flange they made for the idle air control valve hose. So I'm going to email them and try and get them to send me a new one. I could just take it out and get someone to weld it, but it's pretty small, and if I can get them to send me a new one, I want that, because I might end up just getting rid of my blow-off valve altogether. So then I can just get rid of it and yeah, sell the blow-off valve, use the other one, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna put all that back together, and then I picked up a new knock sensor from Lordco for 80 bucks. So I didn't get the harness. Harness is fine, so I'll just use this, and then we'll clear that code, and hopefully this cracked knock sensor was what was wrong. So replace that, and then we'll go for a test drive, see how she runs. Alright, so this is what I got rigged up for trying to install the knock sensor. Shout out to the guy, he said to use a coat hanger, because I think that's going to work pretty well. I got it taped on here kind of lightly, so hopefully I can pull the tape off. If not, then whatever. But I'm going to take it, feed it through here, and then just kind of try and feed it through like that. And then I'm going to get my extensions with the bolt taped to the end, and then try and feed it through there. Hopefully it won't be too hard. Alright, the knock sensor actually wasn't that hard to install. It didn't take me very long at all. So got everything back together now. Just letting her warm up, and then we'll take it for a drive. Gotta clear the knock sensor code again one more time. Alright, you guys, moment of truth. Same damn thing. Are you freaking serious? I'm pissed. It's definitely a lot better. Down, but it doesn't stall. Seems like it hasn't stalled at all yet. I'm pissed. Just wanted to stall there. One last thing, you guys, if you're gonna boost your car, make sure you boost leak test your intercooler piping before you do anything. That was a beginner mistake on my part, because I thought I was gonna have no leaks. I made all my clamps tight, but I had 4. 2 of them were really bad. So that's just hard on the turbo. It's gonna screw up everything. So that's just a stupid mistake. Make sure you guys do that. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to drop a like, and I'll see you in the next one.